Okay, so earlier today I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I thought it was pretty good. Is it the best Guardians movie? Hard to say, because I probably say this has been one of the better, more consistent trilogies that they've done. Each movie kind of feels like it builds on the other ones. So I will say you kind of needed to see the Christmas special, which always sounds weird to say, or is it the holiday special? Don't want to offend anybody, because that lets you know where the Guardians are and what they're doing. So they have their home on nowhere, and Star-Lord is still pining over the fact that he lost Gamora, but Gamora's back, but it's the Gamora from before they spent years together. High Evolutionary, fantastic villain. The way he was done, I was like, that should have been Kang. I mean, he felt menacing. He felt horrifying from a Thanos is gone, level of Marvel villain. Just the way he did things, why he was doing things. Adam Warlock, I felt really sorry for the actor, and I'm blanking on his name, who got into incredible shape to pretty much be in a suit the entire time. And that felt like they're like, oh yeah, he didn't get enough time on his pod, that's why he's kind of immature. And it felt like he needed more. It felt like that character needed significantly more just build, feeling, gravitas. It felt more like I went, okay, here's my story. It's about Rocket. Okay. But we did this whole thing last time with Adam in the cocoon. Okay, we'll put Adam Warlock in there. Okay, what's he going to do? Fly and have really inconsistent power levels. Okay, yeah, so he's gonna wreck one person, okay, and then have a hard time with somebody else. Okay. So this is all Rocket's backstory. This is all about them trying to help someone that's wrong with Rocket. So it's his backstory, which deals with the High Evolutionary. It's High Evolutionary wanting to get Rocket back, and it is very much okay, we need to do this. We have to go here. Okay. Shoot. What? We got this thing, but we need this thing to do this thing. So it's a lot of fetch questing, which, I mean, it's fine for this sort of movie. It works well. With them always, every now and then, throwing in some of the background of Rocket, which is very tragic, incredibly tragic. But then, of course, this being a James Gunn movie, there's jokes all over the place. Some of them land, some of them don't. I think this is more one of those, let's throw in a bunch of jokes. We're all not good. We'll play the law of averages. If 70% of our jokes land, then we're fine. But there's 30 jokes. Yes, so 9 of them won't land at all. Okay. Again, visually, works. There are definitely some moments that were probably more, like my daughter got scared in some points, because they do a lot of, here's a creature from the dark. And again, you can tell this was James Gunn going, I want to combine, I want human animals. Like I mentioned one planet, I just called it's the Zootopia planet. It's like, and I want like animal robots. Okay, and I want like human animal robots. Okay. But villain felt good. So now this is really good. So overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it worked. Can you kind of skip the post credits? Yeah. I mean, now also getting some of the spoilers, but if you like the first two, this one works well. All right, spoilers. 5, woo, 3, 2, 1. Okay, no one dies. The Rocket gets shot, and it seems like he's going to be done, and like he actually has a good, this is how we're going to close out his story. No, he doesn't die. Drax gets severely injured. He doesn't die. Star-Lord gets like frozen in space trying to do a cool space jump? No. He gets saved. Groot gets, like beaten to the point where he's just ahead, but he's fine. He survives. Everyone has like a near-death moment, and I was like, they're gonna. Oh, I'm like, he's just teasing us. It ends pretty much with the Guardians kind of deciding, well, Drax is like, I guess I'll stay here. Nebula's like, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to help the settlement, which has been destroyed and now has animals and a bunch of kids. And Drax is like, all right, I'll stay here and I'll help out with that. Rocket's like, so wait. He finds like he's actually a raccoon. Rocket's like, wait, who's going to be with me? Groot's like, I am Groot. And you just have more dialogue, which is good. It's like, okay. And then Adam Warlock kind of like, I guess I got nothing else going on. Like my whole species got wiped out. And Kraglin's like, yeah, I'll join you too. So there's and one of the other kids. So there's your first post credit is the new Guardians. Okay. Quill decides he's gonna go home and he's gonna see his grandfather. Next callback to the first movie. So his whole arc, his grandpa tells him to run away and go away. It's all back around. So then your second one is he's eating cereal while his grandpa's reading the newspaper, which of course has, Kevin Bacon abducted by aliens, which I thought, again, nice callback. And they talk about mowing the lawn while he's eating cereal. And that ends with, the legendary star will return. I was like, okay. So I thought that it ended in a way that worked well enough. They didn't kill anybody, but they're like, the story is done. And I was, I'll be honest, I'm fine with the way that it ended. Could it have ended better? Yes, but it ended the way that it ended. So, I'm entirely fine with that. It is hard when it's like, well, is there gonna be a fourth one? Well, Gamora's contract is up, Drax's contract is up, and James Gunn is going to hopefully try to do something with the DC universe. It's like, so a lot of your main characters are done. It's like, could they do one where it's going to be Rocket and Groot with Adam Warlock, Kraglin, and someone else? I'm like, I don't know if there's enough to really make that go forward. And unless we're going to do something major on Earth that requires Star-Lord to show back up again, everyone's kind of in a good spot.